Welcome to our last video, video number 9, where I give you a summary and a rant. So let's get going. We have, of course, the 5 possibilities for that which can generate existence. And that becomes abstract objects, nothingness, God or gods, consciousness, or something real. So let's break them down one by one. Abstract objects are concepts that can combine to form other abstract objects. Nothingness is the first self-referential abstract object. God, or gods, are abstract objects that can work directly in some fashion with abstract objects. Consciousness is an abstract object that can generate other abstract objects by thinking new thoughts or meanings, and perhaps learn to work directly with other abstract objects. Something real. This is the hardest to pin down. But consider that humans and artificial intelligence are each something real that can access abstract objects and can generate new concepts. As you can see, the original list, which we found consisted of seemingly separate categories, is actually just one category, abstract objects, but with delineations. And just about whatever we choose as a starting point for existence blooms. Taking each of the above categories to their limits, it looks to be that consciousness seems to be the common result, whether or not it's the endpoint. And it's likely that the system as a whole is one conscious entity. This is due to 2 factors. First is the natural ability of abstract objects to interact and generate other abstract objects, and so to generate universes, and finally, the universe, all caps. And secondly is the generative principle that will create the universe as a whole single entity with and without a unified consciousness. So before I bore you with the belief that for me falls out of all of this, I'd like to throw down a little ado about nothing and give a little time to my thoughts on time. If we start with nothing, and that's all there is, there will be a point at which nothing transitions into something. That point delineates a time before something and a time after something. Time, then, is almost as fundamental as nothing, and time is forced into a single direction as things evolve from nothing into everything. If we start our popcorn universe, video 4, from a single entity made from a combination of abstract objects, time for that budding universe is forced into existence and into one direction as the abstract objects combine and then evolve. Of course, time itself is a fundamental and an emergent, just like everything else. Now, this is my rant on what I think all of this means, so you might want to skip over this part. I think consciousness is both fundamental as well as emergent, and that gods do exist. Some are fundamental and some are emergent, and that some can create universes and some cannot. That we humans are both a fundamental and an emergent abstract object. That you, the thoughts you think, and the action you take are of the abstract realm. And ultimately, everything, including us, gods, universes with and without life, compose a single conscious universe that is an ever-expanding, ever-evolving, ever-perfecting fractal consciousness. That this fractal consciousness is both fundamental and emergent, and is ultimately a thought that thinks itself. It is the web that has no weaver, that whatever direction you take, being arises, that the universe ends where it begins. Ouroboros. Just to remind you, for the sake of poetic license, I have been using the terms thoughts, consciousness, abstract objects, and pure information as interchangeable. Let's get to our summary. Unlike what people often justifiably conclude, everything is consciousness, the conclusion I come to is this. Everything is a thought. Some thoughts are unconscious. Some thoughts are conscious. Some thoughts are subconscious. And some thoughts are both subconscious and conscious. So let's put this concisely. Existence is a single entity with many levels of being, both conscious and unconscious. For the non-religious, you are within the universe is within you. For the religious, you are within God is within you. Or more simply, be still and know, I am. Goodbye, and thanks for watching.